everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to my channel, Tara Talks Books, where we talk everything bookish. So today I'm going to be doing another book haul. I did end up going on vacation and picking up some books from a secondhand used bookstore that had quite a few fun historical romances that I just could not pass up. And then also when I came back from my vacation, I did have some lovely friends, some booktube friends, send me some more birthday gifts. And so without further ado, I'll share everything that I received as well as what I bought. So the first book I received for my birthday was 9 Rules to Break When Romancing a Rake by Sarah McLean, and Crystal over at Books Forever After actually gifted this to me, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you so much, Crystal. I did actually already end up reading this one because it was a pick for the Tea and Biscuits with Tara B Historical Romance Book Club that I run with my friend B over at Mama Needs to Read Romance. And so I did read this one. Absolutely loved it. I think I ended up giving it like a 4.5, so it was just great. So this one follows Lady Calpurnia Hartwell, who is kind of sick of always following the rules, as they have left her unwed and unsatisfied with her life. So she creates a list of 9 rules to break to help her live a little. However, some of the rules require like a partner. So in comes Gabriel St. John, the Marquess of Ralston, who is handsome and has a wicked reputation. And it goes from there. He definitely ends up into some of her hijinks, although unbeknownst to him. So Ralston always kind of ends up roped into her schemes, which I think is always fun. And this is an adorable romance. The next 2 I have are actually from Kristin over at the Never Ending TBR in Kristin's Corner. And I'm just so thankful that she got these 2 off my list. I'm really excited for both of them. And the first one is a historical romance, and that one is When a Scot Ties the Knot by Tessa Dare. I really need to read more Tessa Dare. I want to read everything she's put out because she's just such a lovely historical romance author. But without further ado, this one says, on the cusp of her first London season, Miss Madeline Gracechurch was shy, pretty, and talented with a drawing pencil, but hopelessly awkward with gentlemen. She was certain to be a dismal failure on the London marriage mart, so Maddie did what generations of shy, awkward young ladies have done before. She invented a sweetheart. A Scottish sweetheart, one who was handsome and honorable and devoted to her, but conveniently never around. Maddie poured her heart into writing the imaginary Captain Mackenzie letter after letter, and by pretending to be devastated when he was, not really, killed in battle, she managed to avoid the pressures of London society entirely, until years later when this kilted Highland lover of her imagining shows up in the flesh. The real Captain Logan Mackenzie arrives on her doorstep, handsome as anything, but not entirely honorable. He's wounded, jaded, in possession of her letters, and ready to make good on every promise Maddie never expected to keep. So this one sounds so good. I'm so excited that she got this for me. I cannot wait to read it. The next one she got me is a bit of a surprise, just because I put it on my list because it's something I want to give a try to. But that one is The Scattered Bones, and this one is by Nicole Scarano. I know Becky over at Bex Reads read this one, as well as I think Crystal at Books Forever After, and even April at Happily Ever April. And I believe, if I can remember correctly, all of them enjoyed it. So I definitely want to give this one a go. And then Kristin, I know you read it as well, but I can't remember if you enjoyed it or not. Please let me know. But anyways, I'll read the synopsis because it just sounds so lovely. But I want to show this cover because I just think it's stunning. Ah, so beautiful. So this one says, when a mysterious man known only as a stranger promises to return Kate to her, Sella is tasked with finding each one of her love's scattered bones. His severed body hidden in the darkest corners of the realm. The quest is an impossible task, yet she must make the dangerous journey alone, using only her own faith and fight. But the tasks at hand are brutal. Their battles not easily won, but Sella doesn't care how treacherous the challenges are. She'll do whatever it takes because it was her fault Cade was punished. Promised to the primordial goddess as a child, it was Sella's sacred duty to remain pure and untouched. To be chosen as the goddess vessel was the highest honor, one Sella devoted her life to until the handsome thief Cade broke into the temple. He obliterated her world, rewriting her future, and despite her vows, she couldn't resist the beautiful longing that ignited between them. Their forbidden friendship bloomed into a doomed romance, sending her and her beloved thief down a dark path of heartbreak, unspeakable danger, and a love that not even death could conquer. So does that just not sound amazing? So I'm really excited to read this one. Thank you so much, Kristin. I can't wait to read it. The next one I bought just kind of on a whim because I was at the store, and I know mass market paperbacks are kind of going to be out of print, and it's a book that I really want to read. So that one is Knockout by Sarah McLean, and this one is part of the Hell's Bells series by her, and it's the third one in that series. So this one follows Imogen, Lady Imogen, and it says, with her head full of wild curls and wilder ideas and an unabashed love of experiments and explosives, Lady Imogen Lovelace has been labeled peculiar by society. But what they don't know is that she's one of the Hell's Bells, a group of vigilantes operating outside the notice of most of London. Thomas Peck is not most of London. The brilliant detective fought his way off the streets and into a promising career through sheer force of will and a keen ability to see things others miss, like the fact that Imogen isn't peculiar. She's pandemonium. If you ask him, she requires a keeper. When her powerful family discovers her late night activities, they couldn't agree more, and they know just the man for the task. Thomas wants nothing to do with guarding Imogen. He is a grown man with a proper job and no time for the lady's incendiary chaos, no matter how lushly it is packaged. But some assignments are too explosive to pass up, and the gruff detective is soon caught up in Imogen's world, full of her bold smiles and burning secrets and a fiery passion that threatens to consume them both. So I'm so excited for Imogen's book. I read Bombshell, and so I met her in that one, and I'm excited to see where it goes. The next one I got, you'll have already seen. It was from my little free library haul that I did, and this one is by Lisa Kleypas, and it's Love Come to Me, and I think it's just such a pretty cover. I love the blue. But this was actually, I think, her second book published, and it was published in 1988. So I'm excited to read way in the backlist of Lisa Kleypas. I want to read all of her books, and I saw this, so I figured I'd give it a go. This one does say, he was her most scandalous secret. Heath Rain, a dashing southerner, has been waiting for his chance to meet Lucinda Caldwell, but he never expects to find the spirited beauty in such a desperate dilemma as he rescues her from an icy New England river, and when Lucinda opens her eyes, she's stunned to find herself in the arms of a handsome stranger with a dangerous reputation, a man forbidden to her by the rules of society and by her own guarded heart. But the chance encounter kindles an irresistible attraction that can lead only to trouble. After all, Lucinda is betrothed to a man of wealth and position among the Massachusetts elite, and any hint of scandal would ruin her. She was all he had ever wanted. Despite Lucinda's best efforts to deny her feelings for the charming scoundrel, Heath offers a temptation that she can't ignore, and one summer afternoon their mutual attraction blazes free in a seductive encounter that compromises Lucinda beyond the shadow of a doubt. The only solution is marriage to a man she desires but hardly knows, a man with secrets that threaten the promise of a love more powerful and passionate than anything she could have dreamed of. So I'm excited about that one, and it says Massachusetts, which obviously is the States, and I haven't read one where Lisa Kleypas writes in the States. So that's very interesting. Okay, so now all the rest of the books are from the secondhand bookstore that I went to. I want to say it was like One More Chapter or something like that. So it was a fun little bookshop that I stopped in while I was vacationing in Texas, and I got a lot of good books with some lovely stepbacks as well. So the first one I got is Some Like It Wicked by Teresa Medeiros, and I got this one because I want to try some Teresa Medeiros. So this one does not have a stepback, even though it looks like it does, unfortunately. But again, I want to try some Teresa Medeiros. So this one says, Some Like It Dangerous. Highland beauty Catriona Kincaid cares nothing for propriety or even her own safety when she storms the grounds of Newgate Prison. Determined to return to Scotland and restore her clan's honor, she seeks the help of Sir Simon Westcott, a disgraced nobleman and notorious rogue. She's prepared to offer him both wealth and freedom, but she never dreams the wicked rake will be bold enough to demand a far more sensual prize. Simon is shocked to discover the tomboy he met long ago has blossomed into a headstrong temptress. Although he's sworn off his dreams of becoming a hero, he can't resist playing knight-errant to Catriona's damsel in distress. Both adventure and peril await them at her Highland home, where they will risk their lives to vanquish her enemies and risk their hearts to discover a passion beyond their wildest dreams. So this one sounds good. See, Highland romance. I haven't read very many, so I'm excited about that. Then I picked up an Elizabeth Hoyt, To Beguile a Beast. And this one does have a step back, if I could get to it. There it goes. And just look at how lovely that one is. So pretty. Love the purples. So this one says, reclusive Sir Alistair Munro has hidden in his castle ever since returning from the colonies, scarred inside and out, but when a mysterious beauty arrives at his door, the passion he's kept suppressed for years begins to awaken. Running from past mistakes has taken legendary beauty Helen Fitzwilliam from the luxury of the Tun to a crumbling Scottish castle and a job as a housekeeper. Yet Helen's determined to start a new life, and she won't let dust or a beast of a man scare her away. Beneath Helen's beautiful facade, Alistair finds a courageous and sensual woman, a woman who doesn't back away from his surliness or his scars. But just as he begins to believe in true love, Helen's secret past threatens to tear them apart. Now both beast and beauty must fight for the one thing neither believed they could ever find, a happy ever after. So that obviously seems like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I'm really excited for it. It's so pretty. Next, I picked up A Wallflower Christmas by Lisa Kleypas. This was actually one that I was missing from my collection. I do have all of them in this series, in the Wallflower series, and I needed this one, and it has a step back, so of course I was super excited when I saw it. So this one is like a Christmas novella, and the wallflowers are all in it. So this one follows Rafi Bowman, and he is the sibling or the brother to Daisy and Lillian. This one says Rafi Bowman has just arrived from America for his arranged meeting with Natalie, the very proper and beautiful daughter of Lady and Lord Blandford. His chiseled good looks and imposing physique are sure to impress the lady in waiting, and if it weren't for his shocking American ways and wild reputation, her hand would already be guaranteed. Before the courtship can begin, Rafi realized he must learn the rules of London society. But when four former wallflowers try their hand at matchmaking, no one knows what will happen. Winning a bride turns out to be more complicated than Rafi Bowman had anticipated, especially for a man accustomed to getting anything he wants. However, Christmas works in the most unexpected ways, changing a cynic to a romantic and inspiring passion in the most timid of hearts. So good. I've already read this one. I loved it just because I got to see the wallflowers. It's also just a cute romance novella, historical romance novella as well. Next, I actually have another Elizabeth Hoyt. This one is To Seduce a Sinner. The yellow is really pretty too. And this one also has a step back. Stunning. So this one says, for years, Melisande Fleming has loved Lord Vale from afar, watching him seduce a succession of lovers and once catching a glimpse of heartbreaking depths beneath his roguish veneer. When he's jilted on his wedding day, she boldly offers to be his. Vale gladly weds Melisande, if only to produce an heir, but he's pleasantly surprised. A shy and proper lady by day, she's a wanton at night, giving him her body, though not her heart. Determined to learn her secrets, this sinner starts to woo his seductive new wife, while hiding the nightmares from his soldiering days in the colonies that still haunt him. Yet when a deadly betrayal from the past threatens to tear them apart, Lord Vale must bare his soul to the woman he married or risk losing her forever. So I definitely need to try some Elizabeth Hoyt. Next one I found is a beautiful Beverly Jenkins, and this one is Always and Forever. It does not have a step back, but I just could not pass up on that cover. And Beverly Jenkins is another one that's hard to find in like used bookstores. So I jumped at the chance. And this one says, a desperate need. Sassy Grace Atwood never expected to find her proper self accidentally tumbling into a stranger's bed. If she weren't desperate for a man to lead a wagon train of brides to a woman-starved town out west, she never would have gone near Jackson Blake, former lawman or not. She should send the ruggedly charming Texan packing, only he's perfect for the job. Now, if her mind would just stop going blank every time she looked at him, they might get this train to Kansas yet. So this one seems really good. I can't wait to get to it. I have read quite a few, maybe 3 or 4 Beverly Jenkins, and I have enjoyed them, so I definitely want to read more of her backlist. Next one I have is one that I've already read, and I loved it, and that one is The Beast Takes a Bride by Julianne Long. This, I want to say, is number 8 in the Palace of Rogues, and I read it on a whim as an ARC. Loved it, and I want to go back and I want to read the entire series. So this is like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. They are also married, and so like it's a second chance marriage in trouble where they're trying to fix something that has happened in the ton. Like rumor has begun, has started after like their separation, and so they kind of have to work together, and of course feelings arise. Love it so much. It's beautifully written, and I gave it a 5-star. Next one I picked up is To Distraction by Stephanie Lawrence, and this one is a Bastion Club novel, so I'm going to assume that maybe that is the series. And this one does have a step back as well, which I just thought was stunning. And this one says, the gentlemen of the Bastion Club have proven their courage while fighting England's enemies, but nothing has prepared them for dealing with that most formidable of challenges, the opposite sex. So I can't wait to get to it. Sounds good. I have quite a few Stephanie Lawrence like Sinister series that I need to get to, or Sinster family that I need to get to. So I can't wait to try some of hers and kind of see where I land on if I enjoy her books. This one is another author that I haven't tried, but I definitely want to give her a go. And this one is by Susan Enoch. And this is The Care and Taming of a Rogue. And this one does have a step back as well. Just so pretty. So this one says, how to tell if a man is an unrepentant rogue. He has no patience for frivolous debutantes. He kisses you after a single dance. He makes you forget yourself and kiss him back. So that one sounds good. I don't need to read more. I just want to try some Susan Enoch and see if she's an author for me. And then I picked up a Lorraine Heath, The Viscount and the Vixen. I maybe tried one Lorraine Heath, and I know she's such a good author that people really enjoy, so I want to read more from her. Can't remember. Nope, this one doesn't have a step back. But this one says, love begets madness. Viscount Locksley watched it happen to his father after his cherished wife's death. But when his sire arranges to marry flame-haired fortune hunter Portia Gadstone, Locke is compelled to take drastic measures to stop the stunning beauty from taking advantage of the Marquess. A marriage of mutual pleasure could be convenient indeed, as long as inconvenient feelings don't interfere. So that sounds good, and I can't wait to, like I said, to give this one a go as well. I want to try some more Lorraine Heath. The next one I picked up is First Earl I See Tonight by Anna Bennett. And this says it's part of a Debutante Diaries novel, so I assume that's the series. It doesn't tell me which one. But I haven't tried Anna Bennett, and I want to give her a go. So this one says, an heiress with a daring proposal, an earl who's determined to resist her, and a love that just might be written in the stars. So that one sounds good. And again, I really want to try some more historical romance authors, and she was one that's new to me, so I picked it up. So the next two are actually from the same author that I haven't read from. Again, I want to try some more historical romance authors, but the first one is Bella and the Beast by Olivia Drake. And this one says a Cinderella sisterhood novel. And so this likely is going to be a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So I wanted to pick it up and give it a go. And it says, of all the fabled treasures, the most precious one is love. So that one sounds cute. Love the red too. Look at how pretty that is. And then the next one I picked up by Olivia Drake is Forever My Duke. And I don't think, no, it's not the same series. This one says Unlikely Duchess series. So this one says, Hadrian Ames, the Duke of Clayton, needs a bride. He even has the perfect one picked out. That is until he meets the lovely, free-spirited Natalie Fanshawe. She's the opposite of what a man of his high rank should desire in a wife. An outspoken American who has never even set foot in a London ballroom. But Natalie doesn't have time to be swept off her feet by a handsome duke who must be a spoiled scoundrel like every other British lord. And she couldn't care less about Hadrian's title. After all, it's not as if he actually worked to attain his wealth and status. He surely can't understand what it's like to be a busy woman planning to open a school while trying to reunite a 6-year-old orphan with his English relatives. Nevertheless, Hadrian launches his campaign to win her heart. Can the utterly delightful American beauty ever find a way to love him, despite his being a duke? So that one sounds cute. So those are all the books that I received or I picked up recently. And let me know if you've read any of these in the comments below. Or so if you just want to let me know you were here and you watched to the end, go ahead and leave me something that you feel like relates to like historical romance, because I picked up a ton of historical romances. So any emoji that relates to historical romance to you, go ahead and leave in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you'd like to. Bye.